I'm going to play some Colorado Rockies Fantasy Draft franchise here tonight. We'll see how this goes. I don't know if I'm going to play more than one game or just one game, but we'll play at least a game. And then, depending on how things go, maybe we'll even have a Road to the Show stream separate of this afterwards. Just kind of have to see how things go, like I said. So, yeah, Rockies franchise. Fantasy draft. Just got some Taco Bell and the waitress gave me a bunch of free stuff just to fill out the survey. Yeah, you know what? I've noticed lately they're all about that survey. Like, I barely sat down the other day and the guy that was working the dining room there was like passing out his survey. I'm like, they're going to great lengths to get people to give them positive surveys apparently. I noticed that as well. So, all right. Guess we can get this kick started here and start up a game. Looks like we are in San Francisco sending Tanaka to the mound. He's 0-1 and he got roughed up. I think that was a game that was simmed. But nonetheless, he got roughed up. So, that's funny. You got two Yankees pitchers going against each other in fantasy draft here. Interesting. Okay, before I go any farther, I'm going to share this because I always forget about an hour in. Oh, I should have tweeted this out, right? So we'll do this right here. Done. Good. Okay. Now I can move along. Let's see what our lineup looks like tonight. Still have that problem of getting Abreu's bat in here. I put in put Freddie Freeman out in left the last time in my last episode. It was a little interesting considering it's really not. He has no secondary positions listed, so there's that. We're listed at alts. They're gonna wear alts. That's a cool combo. Let's do that. Sending Tanaka out there. I'm like, is he really my highest rated pitcher? But then I forgot Jose Fernandez got hit in the face with a baseball and is out 4 to 5 weeks. Ouch. Buxton, Yelich, Freeman, Rosario, Harper, Baez, Dominguez, Guerrero. Let's see. Do I try to get... Nah, I'm just going to leave Abreu as my off-the-bench bat for this time around. Alright, let's go. Playing at beautiful AT&T Park where my Twins got trounced and swept today. Stream is buffering a lot for you. It is not buffering whatsoever for me. Although I did have some problems. We did one the other day. Can I post my PS4 name chat in the chat? You know, I really should put a box underneath here with like the free, you know, all the you know, the subscribe, the Twitter, all that stuff that I got underneath. I really should put a thing that lists it. It's just not as fan here, but I'll put it in here. Okay, so it's in the chat. All right. Don't know why it really matters much because I don't play online like ever, but it's cool. So yeah, we're in last place. Hooray. Always a fun way to start the year. Giants are going to win the World Series this year. They are definitely strong. They are looking good early. What does Tubby Emu have to say to me after not talking to me all day?
Yo, compared to last year when I went like to the gym with you, or when I went to the gym, dude, I have a fucking jump shot again. It's amazing what 100 pounds of fucking lot can do.
All right then. He apparently went to the gym today. And in come the friend requests. I suppose I can PlayStation app a few of these during loading screens.
Moving closer closer to first pitch here in San Francisco. It's the Rockies and the Giants next on the show.
Here. You know what? I'm actually going to close that door because I can hear the Disney Channel up there. I don't want to get caught.
We are under the lights here on a Friday night at AT&T Park in San Francisco. Tonight we continue the road trip with the first of 3 between the Rockies and the San Francisco Giants.
I'll try to do these when time allows here.
Welcoming you to another edition of Rockies Baseball. I'm joined by
I usually
Eric
get through
Harris
this list
and the
like
newest
once a week
member
or
of
so.
our team, Steve Lyons, as we delve into our pitching matchup here in the opener.
All right, let's check in on the numbers on these guys so far this year, and they're definitely going to have to battle the elements out there a bit tonight. They've got the cold, they've got the wind, and that's not an ideal situation. But in many ways, it's much tougher on the hitter than it is the pitchers. So I'd expect each of these guys to be working in with the fastball. Get it in a little bit more than usual.
We'll hear more from the guys as the night moves along, but first, let's bring in a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Colorado Rockies, as their starting 9 tonight will look like this. On the mound to face these guys, there you see the numbers.
I think I just cleared my
sinker
list.
slider specialist, the veteran right-hander Hiroki Kuroda.
For the time being. Time to play ball.
Byron Broxton digs in at the plate.
Whoa, what was that, Bugsy?
Swing there and
Hello.
pops this one up.
Check
and
swing.
There's the first out.
Does AT&T Park not look beautiful in this game? Of course, I don't think I've come to a stadium where my jaw hasn't dropped seeing it the first time or so.
Brought to us by Majestic.
The lighting effects, the time of day, like these twilight, like when you get these twilight effects, oh, awesome. I was playing my Cubs franchise the other day, and I was at a perspective from like my pitching perspective, and looking at the stands at Wrigley.
Here's a softly hit ball
Jeez,
back to him on the mound. Whoa, but that's just self-defense as he spears it for the out.
Looking at like the area of like the grandstand area, and looking at the lighting coming through and how it shines through on the seating and stuff. It looks so ultra realistic.
Base is empty here
Cool.
in the top of the first.
So yeah, I love when you get like the twilight time like right here. It's particularly cool.
He'll try it again, 3-2. In the air, down the left field
Well, that's
line.
better. At least you hit the ball.
And they're near the wall.
Double.
And he is into second with a 2-out double.
Yeah, and he was maybe just a pitch away from a spotless top half of the first inning. And now he's going to have some work to do with a runner on second now here following that 2-out double.
Willeen Rosario will
Not as like Twilight. Oh no, if we're talking the movies, oh god no. Keep me away from that crap.
Now the payoff pitch home. And a slider.
Oh, I thought we were going to work ball 4 there. Should have been swinging the bat.
Danger averted following the 2-out double. We're back to Friday night.
Will there be
baseball
dog bones
on the
tonight?
show.
I was just saying when I let off here that it's a possibility. There might be a second stream with that. We'll see how this goes. Gonna play one game here for sure. See how long that takes me.
The host Giants looks like this.
Because of how people voted, I also edit this up as a series, so I'm recording this on my Elgato at the same time. So I want to get my footage here for an episode. I post both to YouTube. I post the stream you're watching right now in its entirety, and then I edit down for those people who don't have time to watch it.
Jacoby Ellsbury will dig in now, and as you can see, he's well over 300 here to start this new campaign.
Because that's how people voted.
Swing as he pulls this one into right, but this is right at it.
We need a strong start from Tanaka. He had a rough time the last time.
With that, we'll take a look at our
although it was a sim game, it wasn't a game I was controlling.
Repertoire, so mixing those pitches effectively.
His ERA is like 13 coming in.
Good spot for the change there, and that'll knot things up at 2-2. Wow, what a good time to take something off of that pitch.
He was a beast again today in real life. See, he won again.
And this is going
He's
to
on
be
my fantasy team, so yeah.
Bases are empty, one man out.
Trade Abreu to whoever has Yu Darvish for Yu Darvish. Well, we went against him to start the season. He's with Miami.
Now a ball hit high in the air out to center field. Broxton is there now, and he has
I find in my, especially in my Cubs series, when I have Ruggiano out in center, I misplace so many balls because I think I have it lined up, and then I totally whiff on the catch indicator.
His first cuts now, and he'll do so with the bases empty and 2 away here in the first.
He didn't do too bad today. Oh yeah, would he give up a run? Ooh. Bad outing for him, right? I know he was coming off his first loss though, so. But yeah, he seems to be the real deal. He seems to be a beast.
That one finds the target on the outer half. It's 1-2.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's.
Darvish in Miami. Now I've heard everything. Yeah, it was hilarious because the opener was my number 1 overall draft pick, Jose Fernandez, going against his former team, and the person I passed over to take him, Yu Darvish, and yeah, it was like a 1-0 extra innings game. It was a pitcher's duel. But the worst part is Jose Fernandez got hit in the face, got a face contusion, and is out 5 weeks.
Giants are down 1-2-3. After
the biggest beast of the day was Josh Beckett. Yeah, where did that come from? I thought Josh Beckett was, hey, speaking of Twilight, since we're sitting in Twilight here, I thought Josh Beckett was kind of in the twilight of his career. I didn't really think he had that in him. That's craziness. Okay, Bryce Harper's hitting 100 or maybe even below now. He hit a homer, but I mean, he is absolutely scuffling here to start the season, so I'm going to need his bat to wake up here.
Swinging a ball yanked down the right field.
All right. Well, I guess he asked, and wow, he's going to be held to a single. Ask and you get what you want for. In this case, I guess.
Man at first, time to jump back a half century or so as we call on today's version of this date in baseball history.
No one had Beckett in your fantasy league? I'm sure that's probably the case in a lot of leagues.
Javier Baez will get his first shot at it here.
Now that we're next gen, you'd love to see old ballparks. Well, do they still have that? I guess I never even checked. They probably don't have the DLC download parks like Polo Grounds, do they? Or maybe they do.
The gap in left
I guess I
center,
just haven't
no
looked.
one's going to get
Gapper.
there. It's down
Let's
for
get that run home.
extra
Come
bases.
on.
Harper will round third with a full head of steam.
All right.
And the
First
run
run
will
of the game.
score as the Rockies stake themselves to an early 1-0 lead.
Well, this is what happens when you allow that leadoff man to get on base. I thought they might hold him at third with nobody out, but he comes all the way around to score from first on the RBI double.
So who's enjoying their holiday weekend so far? Who's excited you don't have school tomorrow or work tomorrow or whatever it might be tomorrow?
Will stand in, hoping to get things turned around here in
Guys
April.
excited
His
to
hitters play with an average
sleep
count of
in and get up
220.
and grill and party and
And he misses
whatever
there
might
for
be
ball
on the
four.
docket
So
for you
runners are
tomorrow.
at first and second now with
Do
nobody out.
nothing.
Yeah, it's nice to
Sit
see
around and do
little
nothing.
patience up there.
That always sounds
Hasn't
nice
been what I would
sometimes,
call
doesn't it?
overly aggressive these first few innings. Finally, somebody's figured out the
You feel like the
importance of
PS4
making
version was
pitches
rushed
to-
because there's so many quirks and glitches? You know what?
Guerrero
To
will be the
me,
batter.
you know, that stuff's kind of to be expected. I am fine with where the game's at.
Not
I
much
don't
of a lead at
feel
second.
that.
Now here's the pitch. Hit hard
There we
toward the
go.
hole. And that's
I'm
through
not
into
gonna
right
send him.
field for a
He's
base
gonna be
hit.
toast if I
And
send
they're
him.
content to play station to
I
station
don't feel that
here.
anything's
The
like
bases are loaded now
like
with still
a game
nobody
killer.
out.
He's gotten off to a really
Some of it's silly. I mean, graphics-wise, you know, players sitting inside of benches and
Masahiro
you know,
Tanaka.
getting the occasional
Now with the
purple
bases
field
loaded,
or
and
yellow
this is
field or
one
black
at-bat he
field
doesn't
once in a
wanna
while.
just throw away. He can really help
But I
himself
mean,
here.
it's not like they're
Yeah,
crippling
hitting
game
is not really in a lot of pitchers' DNA, but you're right.
crashers or whatever.
You can find
So
a way to
I mean,
just find a hole with a ground
to
ball.
have these awesome visuals and for the first time around, I'm quite pleased. I'll take it as it is.
On the ground for Ramirez.
Ah,
This
come
could
on,
be
man.
two.
We blew our
Just second
bases.
for
Oh,
one.
never mind.
He's
I thought there
gonna
were two
have to
outs.
eat this thanks to a good
We got another
hard
run home.
slide
Yo.
and he runs in to score.
Well, this is a pretty smart decision here at second base.
Anyway,
He's got that clock
as I was
running
saying,
in his head,
now
so he knows he's about to take
do
a
I
shot.
expect
So at
them,
that point,
and am I
why
looking
risk
forward to
throwing this
them
ball into
cleaning
the
that
dugout
stuff
or
up
into the
and
10th row? He just
building on
absorbs
it,
the
making
hit,
this tighter
and he
next year?
hangs on
Sure,
to the
of
baseball.
course. That'll be awesome. Tomorrow is my birthday.
Byron Broxton
I wish I could read your
will dig
name.
in.
It's like getting
Popped
a,
out his first time.
like a really bright green, and I can't quite read it.
Now here's a ball hit hard
That's
on the ground
good.
towards short for call.
Oh, that was the
Relay to
first out?
in time,
Wow,
and
I had
just
the
like
bases
that,
loaded,
this
nobody
side is
out.
retired. So it's
I
two
could have
runs
done better
on
than that,
3
then.
hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number
Oh,
2.
well.
It's the Rockies 2 and the Giants nothing. Ryan Braun will get his first shot here. Couple
Wow, I
of hits
really
in
cannot
4
read that.
trips.
My contacts admittedly are a little dry right now, so that doesn't help either. Yeah, when you give the team a development cycle or two,
Strike 3 called on the
you know,
fastball, one gone.
3-4 years down the line,
And there's
imagine
something
what
he just
what
may
this
well
is going to
remember
have.
for
I mean,
quite a while. His first big league punch
oh
out.
wow, so he went a
was
whole
hoping to
outing
be the
without
first of
having a
many,
strikeout
many.
before? That's
You
hard to
hear a
believe.
lot of pitching coaches talking about pitchers letting their defense do but the truth is, if you want to stick around in the big leagues,
Yeah,
you're
it's
gonna have
pretty
take
fun to
matters
think
in
of
your
what
own hands
what
every
they'll
once in a while,
do.
too.
I mean,
in this day and age,
you know,
have to be able to
thinking
strike
back
that
to when
down
the
if you wanna be
when the
successful.
Xbox 360 came out and the PS3 came out, and
Stand in. Couple of hits
talk
in
about
that
rushed
game
games.
last night.
You know, like Madden, the first Madden, it was eye candy, but it was nothing else. It was bare bones, no modes, whatever. I mean, we really kind of were. I mean, we got a much better deal this time around. We got games with full functioning modes, and we got a graphical jump. So, I mean, I think
Foul back.
we made out a lot
One
better
out, nobody on.
launch of these consoles, if you ask me, between NBA 2K14 and this.
Now a check swing.
I think it's going to be
Makes
sweet
contact,
to
hits
see
it out in
UFC
front of
here
the
real
plate.
soon.
On to Freeman
We got
at
Watch
first,
Dogs
and
coming
there
up
are
this
two
week,
away
which should
now.
be awesome. Of course, that's on the old consoles too. But when NHL comes around, I'm so psyched to see next gen NHL.
Chris Johnson will stand in, and you see the average there.
I should do
of
online
over
franchise with
300 to
viewers.
start the new
Yeah,
season.
online in this game and any baseball game I've ever played for that matter is crap. That's the first reason I'm not doing it. And the second is I am not about to start organizing, getting all those games played. It's a great idea in theory. It just, you know, it never works out, especially if you involve a
Giants
huge
down in
number of
order.
users.
They trail things here 2-0.
What do you think of the argument that the Madden series is stagnating? I don't know. I mean, their first next-gen version here was
Christian
obviously a
Yelich
port
is ready to go here
with
as we
you
begin
know,
the
slightly
third.
better gameplay and
1-1 on the way.
beefed graphics.
And he gets
I
a
think
piece
you got to
of it
give them
here,
a
but
couple
it's
cycles to
chopped
see
foul.
what next-gen football is going to be like. Personally, I think Madden gets
To 2 balls and
Madden
2
gets a
strikes
hard
now.
time just because of its exclusive license. I mean, would I like to see competition, sure. I mean, I think it's always better when you've got a couple people making games
Just did get a piece
in
of
the
that
same
one, so
field,
he
you
stays
know,
alive.
when you got a couple football games out, a couple baseball games out. I mean, I think it's always better to have choice. Even in the case of baseball, where, you know, one game was, you know, leaps and bounds better than the other. And, you know, hockey was pretty much the same way. 2K hockey was never that good. But I always liked having a choice. I always liked having a second game that you could go to as like a change of pace game. Just to kind of, I don't know, like clear the palate, make you appreciate the other one better. whatever the reason might be. I think it's always better to have choice. But, I mean, I think people kind of jump all over Madden. A little bit unfairly at times. I mean, I think we've gotten so into... I mean, everything is so ultra-realistic these days, and we expect everything to be exactly as it is in real life in these games. And I mean, if you go back to what I played when I was, you know, when I was a teenager, man, I was playing Sega Genesis, and couldn't believe how great those 16-bit graphics looked coming out over the NES and stuff, you know, and staring at magazines of these games like, oh, NHL, look at the detail of the players, it's going to be so amazing. And I mean, you know, to think about like what was in those games as far as options, I mean, you know, you could barely play seasons. So I mean, the way we like what they don't have, instead of like, you know, how fun they can be, I think all too often. So for me, I don't know. I mean, I have mine as well. I mean, I'm fall in those categories. Would I like everything that I want in a game? Of course, everybody wants everything they're looking for in a game. But when you sit back and look at these, I mean, these games are amazing these days.
Rafael Furcal will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, 9 to start the home third.
They're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6.
This will be edited into an episode, yes. It'll also be posted as is in... I'll post the whole stream first. Blades of Steel, hell yeah. Boy, I tell you, if kids these days who never played a game like that, you got your hands on that, they'd be like, what is this crap? 8 teams, exhibition mode only, basically. I mean, I kind of think of when the RBI baseball came out here this year, and you know, I do feel bad for Xbox users not having a legit baseball game, you know, a legit sim baseball game to play. And if you were hanging your hopes on that, I mean, that's a throwback to what we used to have. Very, very simple modes and gameplay, and so. You know, I just think that I think this, you know, I mean, I hate to lump people, but I mean, this newer generation of gamers, I mean, they expect a lot, and, you know, I mean, we get a lot, and we should expect a lot, I guess. I mean, the price that we pay for games and stuff, but that's also the beauty of this day and age too, is that, you know, these companies pay attention to the forums. They try to keep their pulse on what everybody wants and what, you know, what people want fixed, and if they're on top of their game, then they make tweaks and patches and whatnot. And it used to be a game came out and you were stuck with it how it shipped, you know, you couldn't make changes to it on the fly. So getting things like roster updates and patches, I mean, we're pretty lucky in those respects too. This stream has officially been going on for a day. Well, it depends on where you are. For me, it's 11 o'clock.
Now the 2-1.
Out east, you're right.
And he gets under this one as the
Tanaka's
like
breezing so far. He hasn't really had any trouble.
I
like this.
Giants are down.
I'm not even really paying that much attention to. Ooh, I'm not going to talk about what he's got in the hit column there. I'm not even really paying attention to location so much. I'm just throwing strikes basically.
Bryce Harper.
All right, he's up over 100, 139.
Here in the fourth.
Keep it rolling, Bryce. NBA Jam. Boom shakalaka.
He ties him up with a fastball inside, 1-2.
Lots of hours
Good
playing
job right
that.
there of tying him up inside.
Lakers
Got it on
versus
his hands
Bulls,
that
Lakers
time
versus
before he could
Celtics.
get that barrel through the zone.
Swinging a ball
All
headed
those
towards
games.
the hole. Throw to
The
first
NHL
in
series
time,
was
one
always
gone
one
here
of
in
my
the fourth.
favorites. Madden, of course.
Well, that's just good pitching right there. Really ties him up with that fastball in on the hands. And he hits just a simple ground ball there for the easy out.
Javier Baez will stand in. An RBI double to his credit the first time around. And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away.
I don't know what you guys all
Another
think,
full
but
count pitch
the
And he looks
the
at one
quick
that
count setup,
misses.
I like
That's
it.
an
I like it in
excellent
the
job
setting of
making
doing
his man
franchise.
throw
It
a
works
lot
for
of
me well.
pitches as he toughs out a
Why? Because I'm a free swinger. I often will swing at the first pitch
Matt
in an at bat.
Dominguez will dig in.
I like
To
that
a
I'm
walk
put
his
in
first time
3-2
around.
counts. I like that I'm put in. Yeah, it's like here's a 3-2. I like that I'm put in 2-1 counts, 1-1 counts.
And a tough pitch on two strikes.
I like to have
He's
that
able to foul
variety.
it off.
Being an impatient player, but still being able to have
On the ground for Ramirez,
those
this would be
situations.
two.
And now I
There's
know some
one.
people will be like, well,
On to first as they
you should
get
learn
the
to be
double
patient
play
and
to
work
get him
those
out of the
walks
inning.
and whatever. But
Nothing doing
I
for
mean
the
that's
Rockies
great and all.
as they're
But
unable
for my
to
style,
add
this
to their
works great.
2-0 lead.
I can get through games faster when I'm recording this to break up for a series. Because what am I showing you in my series? I'm showing you the result of plays. When the ball is put in play,
Jacoby
I'm not showing you
Ellsbury
pitch by pitch by
stand in
pitch,
to begin their
unless I'm
half
live
of the
streaming like
fourth,
this.
with
So
his guys still looking for their first
works
hit
for
of the
me.
ball game.
I'm a fan of the quick
And still
count
looking for their first base runner too.
when it comes
9
to
up, 9
franchise.
down.
But here's the thing. Here's the best thing, and here's why I think every sports game
Swing and
should
miss
model
as he ran
after
fastball
the show
right
in
by
this
him for
regard.
the first out.
The beauty about it
A
is that's my
reminder, we'll have
opinion,
game
and
two
I
of
can
the
play that
series
way.
here on the show
And you
with
may
HD
hate quick count, and you
coming your way
can
tomorrow
play this
afternoon.
and never have to deal with it. It is your
Scheduled
choice.
starters will have
You
his
customize this game how you want, and they keep giving you year after year. They keep giving you more tools to customize this game how you want. It could be completely different the way I play than the way you play, and we both win. We both win that way. I think that's awesome.
2-1 home now to Gardner.
If you want to do a custom camera from some goofy angle, you can do it and play your games that way. If you don't like pitching from behind the pitching mound, you want to pitch with looking from behind the batter. That's your option. That's your right. You can do it.
And the slider.
Nice.
Swinging.
Road to the show customizations. You want to do no fielding, no base running? You got it. Just your hitting. You want to do it all? You got it. You do it. You want to see your teammates complete at bats? You want to see part of it? Whatever. There's so many customization options. Player lock. Every year we get more and more. It's great.
Now a pitch swung on and hit to the left side.
So,
This is
I
gonna
would love to
finally
see more and
some
more
foul ball.
of that in... I think one of my main complaints about Madden is, usually it's 3 camera angles, maybe 4 camera angles, and you're more or less, that's what you're stuck
and now
with.
they'll step off as they look for a strikeout pitch. Now another 0-2.
I left
Hit
that up.
hard. This
Just
is a
seeing a little
foul
more
ball.
customization in some of these games like you get here. Not only in your camera angles, but how you play the game.
Just does stay alive as this is fouled back.
What got me into YouTube and Twitch? Video game wise, it was actually this series. I was playing MLB 09 the show at that time, I believe. That's what made me buy I bought a PS3 specifically to play the show, by the way. Because I had an Xbox 360 first and foremost. and I went with the second console to play the show series. I couldn't stay away from it. Baseball fan, had to do it. And
now a ball swung on and taken the opposite way out toward fairly deep left center.
Good time. This is where I feel like I'm going to mess up the outfield and blow these guys going on here. But not that time. So anyway, that was the first year I think they had where you could save the clips within the game save system of replays. So I would save a replay from 4 or 5 different angles. I would take all that, edit it up, and make like a little highlight film out of it. And I'm like, oh, you know, just as a hobby, I was posting it to YouTube. And it got some people watching it, and you know, I put that to music, make like a team montage. I got maybe 3, 4, 5 in. I think I did like the Red Sox, I did the Dodgers, I did the Twins was my very first one, my very first gaming video on YouTube. It was on my Not As Fan channel, and most of those are gone because I took them off because of the music. Either that or I didn't monetize them when I come back around. But they're pretty sweet. I did a Dodgers one set to I Love LA. Just, you know, fun stuff like that. But I got about 5 or 6 in, and I was really sick of the crappy, you know, whatever it was, 360. It wasn't even 480, I don't think. Probably 360 quality-wise. And just, you know, as a hobby, mind you, I'm like, I went out and I researched on what people were recording with to get HD quality. When I got my Hotpot HD PVR, which I was, you know, used for, you know, a couple years, several years, and started recording them on that. And so then I started, I think the very first one I did with that was a Yankees montage set to Metallica. And, you know, included obviously, you know, Mariano coming into his, you know, it was, you know, his walk-in music. So, and I was just having a blast doing that, and at the time, Machinima contacted me. It was the guys at Machinima Sports, it was Constant, and it was Kayvon back at that time, was recruiting, and I thought it was a scam. I didn't know people monetized, you know, videos on YouTube. I didn't know you were part of channels that would pay you and things like that. So I had to look them up, and when I found out it wasn't a scam, I'm like, yeah, you know, I was asked to be one of the charter members of Machinima Sports. I had a video that was a MLB montage that went up on the first day that they, you know, posted regular content. So I was in on that from day one, and then this is fouled back and out of play. I don't know, must have been about 9 months after that or so, 9 months to a year after that, where I was able to monetize my own channel through the network. So, get there. Whoa, that's best hit ball so far. You know, guys, I've never thrown a no-no.
This might have been their best opportunity so far. You know, it's
legitimately, without staging it for videos I've done. I've never actually thrown one in any version of the show, or frankly, I don't think any baseball video game. How sick would it be? Wants me to throw a slider on 2-1, huh?
And Ramirez will just work his way forward here. It's 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you
well,
and the perfect
perfection is gone.
By the wayside here as this pitch misses for ball 4.
Still no hits on the ledger, but
this is the other side of the quick pitch though. We get thrown into some tough, like especially with my Cubs franchise, because the Cubs aren't that good. I get thrown into a ton of 3-2 counts with my pitchers. And it makes it challenging, but I mean, I guess that's the way it should be. I got a 3-1 now. I don't know if I want to throw that splitter.
There goes Handley for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And it's not going to be in time as Ramirez has himself a stolen base.
We've already seen the ball's not really traveling all that well here tonight, so both these managers might start thinking, we got to shake it up a little here offensively. So they turn him loose.
It's really a bad time for my contacts to be going all nuts on me.
And this
Come on, really?
as well. Back-to-back walks now, but at least
I figured a changeup would be safe to stay in the zone.
Well, that's okay. You would have liked him to chase on 3 and 2, but you had your base open here, so now you can really focus on getting yourself a ground ball.
2 on here with 1 man out. And here's the table setter, Rafael for call.
Really?
Swing, and he
Nice.
pops him up on the infield.
Thank you for the check swing.
Will be in effect here.
Pop up.
A look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the 5th. Ryan Hennigan. See what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in inning number 5. Lined hard to center field.
Through 5.
Threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. A couple of walks, but no damage. We're back in San Francisco following this. Christian Yelich will get things started here in the top of inning number 6. No offer.
I'd like to get the lead to the point where
and a
like a
strike.
3-run
Yeah,
homer is
when
not
that
going to
pitch
do me
starts
in
off
when I
outside, it's
if I
much
finally
easier to
do
get a
give
better
something
view
up.
of it and then just lay off.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Here he comes on 2 and 1. Looked like he got full on the speed there. 2 and 2.
There's that splitter
Change
again.
speeds on me.
Seems to be getting better and better as the game goes on.
And here's a slider.
No.
Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Thought that was going to be outside a
He is
little more.
definitely doing his part out there. You see his line so far. He's keeping his guys in the ball game. He's just not getting any help offensively.
Freddie Freeman will stand in. 2 hits in 2 trips thus far.
Freddie's seen the ball well lately.
A swing and a miss there. 2 and 2.
And even though he's pitching well, this is a part of the order that he's really got to worry about. They can turn a good outing into a bad one pretty darn good.
There we go.
Now he goes the other way with a fastball, and he got a lot of it high and deep to left center field. And this one is gone. A home run. A solo home run off the bat of Freddie Freeman. And the Rockies have now
both starting
taken a
pitchers are
3-0
Japanese,
lead.
and they're both Yankees. Or have been. Is Kuroda still with them? I know he's on in my rotation in my Jeter.
He retired 5 in a row until just now, but not anymore.
Series.
He'd been on cruise control, but all of a sudden, one little mistake will snap you back down to earth in a hurry.
What difficulty am I on? I play medium. I'm probably on pro
and you
or
wonder if that losing
whatever.
streak is about to go by the wayside.
I usually I'm never like amazing at any game I play. I do usually play on Heisman and NCAA, but I usually take that and then adjust sliders accordingly. I usually play somewhere in the middle of the road, and then I'll adjust sliders so that I get, basically my goal is just to get competitive games. I don't want to win games 20-0. I don't want to get beat every single time I go out just to say I play a certain difficulty. So, I'm usually middle of the road. It usually works out for me. I mean, I feel that what I put on YouTube is usually pretty interesting, in that the games are usually back and forth. I mean, I don't go out and
now here comes Bruce
go undefeated in football or. Well, I guess I did once in UMass, but that was on Heisman. What are we going to do?
So he'll depart after 5 1/3
and
innings of work, and with no shot to win the decision.
Basically, I'm just looking for competitive games that I have fun playing. So, that's my goal.
Come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign.
Not as you're a much better commentator now. I was just watching some of your videos from 2012. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet you could say that for most people who have been on YouTube for a while or have done any kind of commentating for a while. You get more comfortable with it.
Run in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
even back then I felt I was comfortable with nothing like now. I mean, when I first started, I was doing, like I said, I was doing team montages set to music. And so that, whoa, I better not be talking up a storm when I'm trying to hit with struggling
like
Bryce
that,
Harper here.
That's a pitch you gotta
Make him
leave
look
alone
silly
and
again.
make him bring something down.
Story to be continued after Bryce is at bat.
Swinging a line.
That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Bust out of
And
it.
that gets down and ought to be good
That's
for
what I
extra
need to
bases.
see. Oh, he didn't go. Dang. Still having issues with my base running. All right,
you make a
well,
mistake up to this guy, he's gonna
I
make
think we
you
could have
pay.
got another run there,
This
but
pitch is belt high.
nice to see Harper's
Just
bat
jumps
coming
all
around.
over
I knew it was a
and
matter of
drives into the
time.
alley.
Dude's a hitter.
Runners on second and third now.
So, but anyway, to continue that story, when I was contacted by Machinima, they asked if I would do commentaries. I'm like, I kind of argued back and forth. I'm like, well, I think montages are fun too, you know, whatever. And they're like, yeah, but our viewers really kind of they expect commentaries, and they sent me examples of people's commentaries, and I was really against it. It was a really foreign thing for me. So it's kind of funny to look back and see how resistant I was. And I remember trying to do my first one, and I don't think I could get.
Try to hold back, but he won't be able
I said
to.
I went around it? Really?
Swing, and there are 2 away.
I don't think I could get more than maybe 10 seconds out before having to stop and think of what I was going to say. I think the first one I did,
It always looks like the bat
I think I
breaks the
actually
plate.
wrote out half
If
of what I
you're
was
sure
going to
enough,
say.
I don't think he holds up in
It was
time.
that
Looked
foreign
to
to me.
like
I just,
that was right call.
I froze. I'm like, what do I say and how do I say it? And I just had to get used to that and get over that. Just like anything, just have to work at it, practice. They're going to intentionally walk me here.
And there's the 4th wide one, so they'll go after the next guy with a force at any base here and 2 men gone.
When did I start doing live streams? That's a good question. Live streams started.
Alex Guerrero.
Well, we didn't have streaming on
here in
YouTube
one
right
of the
away, so
bigger
it
spots
had to
in
have
the
started on
ballgame thus
Twitch.
far. Bases loaded now with 2 away.
I forget when I did my first live streams.
Now this is on the
I don't know if
ground
I could
to
put
second.
a,
Is he gonna get out of this? Over to first. He
Without
does
doing
get
some
out of
research,
it,
I don't know
and
if
the inning is
I could
over.
really pin it down to when I started,
The
but
Rockies add one more to
it
their lead. It
was-
comes via the solo dinger. On to the bottom of the 6th.
that was a
It's
real
now
gradual thing too,
3-0
kind of getting
Colorado
used to
lead.
because doing a live stream is completely
James
different
Loney
than
will
doing
grab
a
a bat and hit
commentary.
for the pitcher here.
You're so smooth in what you say now, there's never a silent moment. Well, I still do. Like, when you listen to those commentaries, that is not a straight, 10-minute commentary with no pause. I do edit those down to sound nice and everything. But, well, I take that back. There's been some days I've been either in a zone, and I have hit them mostly in one take, but it's very few and far between. Usually when I do one like that, it's because I'm in a hurry to be somewhere. There's been times where Jim, Junk Gaming Videos is sitting right here with me, and we're ready to go somewhere to a ball game or go somewhere out to eat or something, and we're like just kind of not feeling it. We're like, get this done. So sometimes then we'll just kind of sit there and riff on each other, and we just kind of. The ones I do like that are the ones that end up really being like sarcastic and kind of. Funny, almost kind of making fun of what I'm doing. I gotta be careful here. I forgot what I'm dealing with.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in.
Oops.
He, like so many others, hitless in the ball game so far.
Anyway, those ones tend to be quite interesting. You see them once in a while. Still doing Hard on Wrestling? Probably at some point. We kind of took a break from it. I think it might become kind of more of a live stream only and just do our pay-per-views mainly.
3-2, here it comes. And he lays off there, ball 4. So
really?
back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
First and second
Walks.
now after the walk, and they haven't gotten much
This is going to be
going
one of those, if
offensively
it does
against
happen,
this
it's going to be
guy.
one of those like
So this is
8-walk
about as
type
good an
of
opportunity as they've had.
no-hitters.
Brett Gardner will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And
At
on
least
the
I got a
mound,
pitcher's
he
count
hasn't
this
found
time.
himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first.
Yeah, punch out. Needed that.
And strike 3 called as he gets a little help there. 1 away.
Your favorite commentary was the last Land O'Lakes video? I kind of forget. That was one of those, wasn't it? Was that one of those that I just kind of let loose on?
Victor Martinez will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances.
Alright, why am I getting such hitters counts, man? Give me the benefit of the doubt here. I'm pitching awesome.
Here's the 2-1 home to Martinez.
Oh, there it
the middle.
is.
And that's through for a base hit. And the no.
Well, I was going to say, I was just about to say I don't know how deep I've ever taken one of these. This has got to be close to how far I've ever gotten. But there it is.
Just shoots his ball right back up the middle.
I blame it, number one, on the count they put me in, and I did that ball. They got Ryan Braun. I gotta be most that to this
Still
point.
got work to do out there.
Sure does. This game is not over by any means. You've got to take any no-hitter thoughts and put those out of your mind and go back to focusing on the task at hand.
Swinging a tapper out in front. Tag from Rosario.
Oh,
Gets
really?
him
I couldn't
out
double
at the
Braun?
plate. And nearly a double play. It was closer than I thought it would be, and the inning will continue.
Well, in this situation with 1 away, that ball's never hit hard enough to think about getting an inning-ending double play anywhere. So a wise decision
Ryan
to go
Braun,
home,
bases loaded.
at least get the force at the plate to prevent a run from scoring.
Hanley Ramirez will stand in now in one of the bigger at-bats of the ballgame to this point, as he'll do so with the bases loaded.
And that key hit still hasn't shown up yet. Like you say, you've got the base.
Yeah, I don't think I've taken it much farther than what I just took it here, this one.
Are you going to get?
I don't like the 3-2 count, though.
Full count offering on its way. And he takes
Oh,
strike 3 calls,
yes,
so they're
it's the
able to
punch
work
out.
out of danger here as the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board.
Now, if I get Ryan
Goes
Braun
for
up
an
there from this point
More in a
on,
moment the
and there's
show.
nobody on,
Friday night showcase.
and I'm still looking at the lead like I got, I'll put it in the 0 hole.
Back here in San Francisco, Rockies out on top in this one as we head to the 7th. But before we get started, let's get a look at the game summary through the first 6 innings of baseball.
That sucks. That would have been so. How awesome would that have been? Not only to do that, but to do it like during a live stream. That would be so fun. I can only imagine the comment section as you get into the 9th
We'll
inning.
lead it off here in the top of
How
inning
many
number
pitches is
7.
he throwing? Not that I'm thinking about taking him out, but maybe I should get somebody up just in case he falls apart here.
Swing and a miss
Oh!
on the fastball, and that's the
How do I find the location and still miss,
And I
man?
think right there, that's what you might call the state.
Have I ever played
fastball
Minecraft?
in the bullpen.
Very
Right
little
down the
myself.
middle,
My kids are
basically
obsessed with
saying,
Minecraft.
"Get it
They're
if you
10
can."
and 6, and they, you know what? One of these days, I keep saying it, and I should do it. They built these amazing setups, these amazing cities, and my daughter especially. You know, she's 10, and some of the, I mean, she's kind of artistic, very artistic to begin with. I couldn't
make
remember
the
what it said.
catch just shy of that brick wall out there at
Like,
right.
she kind of takes it from me. I minored in art in college. I did a lot of drawing and painting. I wish I had more free time to do it. I say that I should just make time to do it. But
Christian Yelich will try again.
you know, she very much gets the love of that from me, and you know, art's like one of her favorite, if not her favorite subject in school. I'm sure she'd say it's her favorite. And but I mean, she gets into Minecraft and like, I can't believe the detail she does. I mean, she's built all these cities with like, this one has a jail with all these jail cells, and this one is a library and a full-scale school, and then like all these secret rooms and stuff. And I'm like, man, these kids, they rock it. They're building stuff in Minecraft.
Chris Johnson will step in now to lead off the
Don't get them into Skylanders or Disney Infinity. Too late. You should see all the Skylanders we have around here. Oh man. As a matter of fact, if you go on my Not As Fan channel, I believe that's where some of their Skylanders videos are.
And he's fallen behind.
They did a little bit of a Let's Play that I guess I really didn't
waits on deck.
Follow through with too much.
And this is going to be a foul ball.
No, she's not autistic. She's artistic. She loves art. Sorry.
And this is grounded foul.
She's here, by
the
the way,
line,
too. She
so
didn't want to go home.
Again.
She wanted to stay here tonight. So Coleman went home with Mom, and Kylie stayed here. Kylie had girls' night with my stepmom. Had her on Friday night.
And that misses.
Her and
it's a lead-off walk to start the home seven.
I guess a cousin.
Yeah,
so they had like a girls' night,
so
and then she begged to stay the night, but then she kind of missed out on the night with me. So she was thinking in her head that she was spending the night here, and she got really
He's flied out and popped
sad
out
and upset when it was time to go home. So I worked it out that she could stay here tonight. I'm shocked Coleman agreed to go home. I figured he'd want to be here too. There's hit number 2.
And that's through, a base hit.
Or did the other guy walk?
Back in quickly, so they're at first and second now with nobody out.
Maybe a chance here to put a dent into that scoreboard after all. This gives them a
no, they have Disney Infinity too. Although we don't have nearly as much character-wise in that.
Enough for them to avoid the shutout.
Ryan Hennigan will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Coleman pretty much every day brings up he wished that the new Skylanders, whatever the one is called, that's coming out in October. He's like, I just wish that was out right now. I'm like, yeah, buddy, I know.
Fouled back. None out, runners at first and second. And he just manages to stay alive here as he
went
fights
through a
this
divorce this year. I've been in my apartment here since the first of the year.
And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Another guy retired there. You see his pitching line to this point. It's phenomenal. Just 2 hits, both of them are singles. He's hardly even been in trouble. Thorough domination.
Yeah, I saw that the update for Infinity's coming up too.
Come on, a pinch hit here in a big spot.
Ooh, stop yawning. Don't do that. What's that? I'm at 102 pitches? Man, I don't think he's going to be able to complete this game. Although, look at what did Beckett throw today? Like, almost 130?
And that's swung on and fouled straight back.
Braves Red Sox tomorrow, Chris? Oh, you lucky dog. No pun intended.
No lead to speak of at second. Here's the pitch. And he struck
okay,
him out.
Good
pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
These guys really haven't had all that many great chances.
It's too bad. Well, you probably don't care, but it's too bad the Red Sox are doing a little better. Might actually have a competitive game.
Good time for a strikeout at all.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in for the 4th time now, still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
And this one will be out of play off to the left. Runner staying tight to the bag at second. Here's the pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Where do you go from here?
I think he's set up for something off speed. If you can put that changeup below his knees, you won't
come on, Tanaka, get out of the inning.
To the hole, left side.
No way, no chance.
So will not not be in time, as I don't think he was going to get him anyway, but a fine effort nonetheless. And with that, that'll push his hit streak to a modest 6 games. Brett Gardner will step in now in a big spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances.
Tough
He
form
can make
here,
up for
but
all of that with a base hit right here.
I think you got to do it.
Now here comes the Rockies skipper up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening.
Did you see what happened in Tropicana today? No.
So as he leaves, he stands to perhaps be the winning pitcher.
Do I have an
here,
Instagram?
unless,
I
course,
do.
all
I don't ever
3
use
runners
it.
come around to score, in which case he'd get a no decision.
I think, I have one, I think.
So a call to the bullpen now.
I just sit there and think
for
about
the
it. I think I have
left-hander
one.
here.
As we're talking about the Red Sox, I get a RedSox.com shop product update. 15% off this weekend. I'm sure there'll be lots of discounts coming there.
Brett Gardner will stand in now in what
All
could be a
right,
real make
let's
or
get
break
out of the inning
situation.
here. Really? You gotta
I
give
think
me a
at this point
3-2
you
count
have
with
to
bases
get
loaded?
something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
And now a ball lifted into the air out towards
There,
center field.
don't mess it up.
Broxton
I'm always
is there
afraid
as
I'm
he
gonna
makes the
overrun.
catch, and they'll tightrope out of danger as he
Thank you, Randy.
strands the
Choked.
bases loaded. Giants leave them loaded. They trail it here 3-0. Edward Mujica will be summoned from the bullpen now, as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
No, I didn't see the benches clear.
Freddie
I'll have to watch
Freeman
some Sports Center
will stand
later.
in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here. A solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ball game to this point.
He stole third at the 5-run lead. All these unwritten rules of baseball, I tell you.
And it looks now like a right-hander's getting hot in the Giants' bullpen. The 3-1 coming. And here's a swing.
Dang, he's
squared
squaring up the
into
ball
fairly
nice,
deep
isn't he?
center field. And this is taken
That's
in
what he
there
caught,
by
but he
Ellsbury
hit it
for the
nice.
first out.
That's a disappointing final at bat there.
This game looks so
Figure he
gorgeous on
probably
next
won't get
gen.
another
Yes,
shot
it
at
does.
finishing off the cycle, but still a very good performance.
I'll
to
take
say
its
the
little
least.
quirks and glitches
Willeen Rosario
for
will get another crack.
the one that really got me
1 for 3
yesterday
thus far.
the other day was, it was actually during a glitch through my Matt Meyer video, and the camera
Now the
went
1-1
into the
pitch.
crowd,
Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground towards
but
second.
like while I was in the crowd, it showed the
Ball
detailing on the
gets him 2
seats
down.
in Texas. Like they had like the stars like
Trying to
carved in
bring
it.
you
You
up to
see
date on the numbers for our two
on the side. I'm
starters.
like,
It's our
that's
starter
amazing.
comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen.
Have I ever met any of my subscribers?
Bryce
Yeah.
Harper will get another
Not that
shot
often,
now, 2 for
but,
3 in the game.
It's happened a couple times. It happened
Looks
like
now
one
like a
time
right-hander's getting hot in the Giants
at
bullpen.
Toys R Us. I was there with Coleman and Kylie, and one of
And
the
over
workers
towards
was
the
like,
dugout,
I love your
but this
videos.
one will get into the stands.
And it happened at the State Fair last year, actually.
Here
Minnesota
comes the
State Fair.
1-2.
I was
And it's
wearing
the 2-2
my,
now
I was
with
wearing
the
an
bases
STU
empty
shirt.
and 2 gone here in the inning.
And this kid's like, "Are you the dude from SGU?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like I high-fived him on all just in passing. It was kind of funny. I've had people say they've seen me, you know, like Disneyland and at
Out in front as he yanks this down
like
the line
at
at first.
like Great
And
Wolf Lodge
Victor
and
takes this one
Wisconsin
himself,
Dells.
and that'll end the inning.
But like I think I've had more people say like, "Oh, were you here and there?" or "I saw you," than,
3-0.
that didn't come up and say hi than I've actually met. So, who's my favorite player on the Cubs franchise? Well, Ruggiano's got to be right up there.
Will lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 8.
I like Mike Golt a lot. Mike Golt hits a lot of homers for me. Both those guys do, actually.
And And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away.
With Mike Oltz, it's kind of hard because you got a third base prospect coming up. You got, he may be replaceable at some point. Whoa, where are you going, Freddie?
And this is taken in for out number 1. A couple of good pitching performances by both clubs here. 3-0 our score as you get a look there at the inning-by-inning recap through the first.
Yeah, I do enough. I do enough video log stuff that I think people recognize me. Some people have recognized me.
Will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. And this is swung on and missed on a good pitch, and Braun is gone
way up
for
there,
out
but
number
hey,
2.
strike him
He
out.
may be
I can't
considered to be a
complain.
left-handed specialist, but he can get right-handed hitters out. He shows it to you right there.
Hanley Ramirez will stand in now with 2 away.
Oh shoot, was that Braun
really
again?
Get something started here.
And their chances of getting back
This is what happens when you're
in this
live
ball
streaming.
game
Like
are growing dimmer by the batter.
I'm paying attention to the chat.
Comes a 2-2. Just did
Sometimes
get
a
a
little
piece of
too
that one,
much.
so he stays alive here.
Like when I happen to be throwing a no-hitter and I'm walking people.
And this ball is also hit foul and heading for the seats, so we'll have to do it again. Still 2-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this is hit well towards the hole. From deep in
Come
the
on,
hole.
jump throw, Jeter throw.
And the ball
Ah,
will
not
not be in
quite.
time, as I don't think he was going to get him anyway, but a fine effort nonetheless.
Well, this would have taken a superhuman effort right
Did
here.
you ever sustain any severe injuries playing baseball? It's funny because I played baseball and I played football. And my worst injury
Chris Johnson
was in baseball, not in football, which is interesting. But it wasn't in a game.
Out with the man at first.
I was playing like Babe Ruth baseball, and we were just long tossing, warming up, and everybody was
Swinging a ground ball to third.
pick it up,
He
dude.
has some trouble with it. And
Really?
pulls the first baseman off
Not
the
a good
bat,
time to
and
do
he's
that.
safe at first.
Everybody was just BSing and loosening up their arms and throwing long toss. And, threw the ball to this guy I'm warming up with, and he's chatting with somebody, and I was saying something to somebody next to me, and he throws the ball, and I'm not looking, and it hits me right in the face, like right in the jaw. And if you ever have that happen to you, like you kind of go numb, like that adrenaline kicks in. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all right, but I'm bleeding all over. Like the coach gives me a like his sweatshirt, I'm bleeding all over that. And I bit down on my tongue hard enough that I still have like a gouge in it today. I just remember my biggest concern is they wanted to put stitches in it, and I'm like, you are not putting stitches anywhere near my tongue. Hell no.
Short lead from second, now the pitch. Hit on the ground towards
All right,
first.
Freddie, end this madness.
And on to
Thank
first
you.
with it is Freeman, and that'll end the inning. Giants leave a couple. Still down 3-0.
And then like the worst things that happened to me in football, like I mean, my knees weren't the greatest. I did wear like when I played college ball my freshman year, I wore knee
Get us
braces
started
and stuff.
as they
Being
look for a
an
little insurance here in the top of the
offensive
ninth.
lineman, defensive lineman, and stuff. But my biggest here, I better get my clothes
Here
right.
he comes on 3-1. In there on the inside corner. Don't know that he liked it, but it's a full count now, 3-2.
My biggest injuries would be like fingers bent back, and
Now a swing, and he pops him up.
I guess I was playing probably my sophomore year in high school. I got a helmet to my back that kind of messed me up, that I missed a couple games. That's probably the worst I ever did in football. I never blacked out. I greened out once. I got hit really hard by a helmet right on the chin strap, and everything went green. I was covering a kickoff. I remember it, and it was like, No, it wasn't a kickoff. It was a punt. I don't know. I was pretty loopy that play. It could have been either one.
And a swing and a miss here, and the first two are dispatched to begin the
But I hit
ninth.
it very well because I'm telling stories.
Alex
Hope
Guerrero
you don't mind.
will stride in, grounded out his last time through. And this is
That's
taken
ball
low
four,
for
son.
ball
Yeah.
4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
I played in high school. I played offensive, defensive line. Before that, I played a little linebacker, played a little center, played a little tight end. I liked playing tight end. The thing is, I played tight end in 9th grade ball, and like I could catch, I could run routes and catch. But the problem was, every time I'd release, our quarterbacks would get sacked. Like they needed me to block badly. Here's our chance to get Abreu up off the bench.
Jose Abreu will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Dude, you had that happen too, where everything went green? Yeah, it was like my color correction went off on my TV. It's just like everything was like this yellowish green. Took me a couple minutes to shake it.
He's ready now. The pitch. And a good spot for that pitch is
Should've
it's
just
chopped
let that
foul.
go, dude. That was ball 4.
Swing and a hard hit ball towards the hole. Oh, and Johnson has some trouble with it. But the recovery
Wow,
throw
he
will
took
be
his
in
sweet time throwing over there and still
Good
got
job
him.
that time of not giving up on the play, and the inning is over.
Is that every
Rockies
quarterback?
lead 1.
No.
They lead it 3-0.
I guess I did play a little running back. Not very often.
Carson Smith is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Did I hit any Meyer moonshots? I hit a couple. I think my most memorable. It's funny, we back in Babe Ruth ball again. Played on
Ryan
a traveling
Hennigan
team, and we
tasked now with leading things off in their half
we
of the
had a
ninth.
game
They'll
scheduled
try to
in the
do
Metrodome,
something to
which
prevent
was
being shut
kind of a
out.
fun treat to be
Yeah,
able to
whatever
play
they've
there.
done
And
for the first 8 innings hasn't
I
yielded
I,
a
sm-
whole lot so
I
far.
didn't hit a home run
quite
there, but
frankly, I'm
I
not
smoked the
expecting too
pitch.
much.
Hit it right-handed. I smoked the pitch down the right field line, opposite field, like one hop off the baggie, triple. It was awesome.
And could this be the start?
I played
It's a long way back, but the leadoff man is on base to start
like
their
2 or
final
3. I
set
think I
of
played 3
at-bats.
football.
Pedro Florimon will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
I played 3 football games in the dome. I played a bunch of football games in the dome when we were like in like rec, like summer rec football, or like young like 5th, 6th grade football, 6th, 7th, something like that. But played a couple of varsity football games in the dome, and then I played one college game in the dome. It was fun.
And this is fouled back and out of play.
Am I gonna make a clip for Meyer like Broadway and Kind? Oh, you mean the Meyer moonshot? Yeah, I've got it. I've got the graphic now.
And a good sinker there gets him
Nice.
swinging for the
Good job,
first
kid.
down.
This is just an excellent pitch right here. Location right at the bottom of the strike zone. And if you don't get him to swing through it, hopefully he's going to hit that ball on the ground somewhere, and you'll get ground ball outs. But they'll take that strikeout for out number 1.
So a runner at first now with 1 away, and it's back to the top of the order now for Jacoby Ellsbury. Line to the right side.
No, foul. Thank
but
you.
Foul. The 2-2 one more time. And the changeup gets him out in front as this is hit in the air
No,
down the
don't
right
screw
field
this
line.
up. You screwed it up,
There to
didn't
put
you?
it
No,
away,
you caught
and the
it.
runner
Ooh,
will be
that was
forced to
close.
retreat back to first.
That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes I spin myself right into the ground out there with the outfielders.
Brett Gardner will stand in as their last chance now.
The ball indicator has changed this year, where it used to like be at the spot it would end it. Now it kind of more follows the path of where it's going. So sometimes you think you've got it settled and it moves on you. I need a clip for PS4? Yeah. I think a stolen base clip would be good. I kind of want to do like a Roadrunner kind of thing. I wanted to do that for Skeeter Rabbit. Come up with like a Roadrunner clip or something. I'll have to figure something out.
And he tried to hold
Come
on that
on.
time. Beginning to peel down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3.
I do not want to get the time run to the plate.
And a good at bat.
I'm going to. Darn it.
And as a result, that'll move the runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
He may be the closer, but he is opening up a real.
Am I going to make a starter?
Putting another guy on base with a walk.
Yeah, I could. You know, if I'm gonna make another one, it would be a
Victor
starter
Martinez
probably.
will step in. 1 for 4 in the ball game.
Okay, does it really have to be Victor Martinez?
Just got a piece of it as it's
Really?
fouled back.
If I lose this in one swing, I'm gonna cry.
Now a swing and a ground
Thank you.
ball. This should do it.
Why are you taking so much
Throw
time?
first here will
Okay.
be in time
Woohoo,
for the
okay.
final out, and the Rockies have ended their 5-game losing
Thank
streak.
you.
As
That's
the
what
ball game
Tanaka
is over.
deserved.
Yeah, you know, this game
He
kind of
definitely
felt like
deserved
it
that.
could have been played back in 1968. Very well played, very low scoring, very quick game, too. I'll tell you, I could go for a few more of these this year. That'd be okay by me.
You're convinced I play Champ Kind on Rookie? I play Champ and any of those guys. They're all like on Pro or whatever. They're not on Rookie, but they're not on Legend either. Honestly, I mess with people. I'm like, I think as far as YouTube goes, I mean, unless you've got a guy saying out there, going out there saying, "I'm challenging you, I can beat you, I'm better than anybody." Okay, then go ahead and prove your difficulty. But I mean, if you're playing the kind of things I'm playing and you're telling the story of a career or a franchise, who cares what difficulty
you
is
always
on?
hope to get a good
I
outing
mean,
from your starting
do
pitcher,
I
but
do
this
I
man
want to
went
go out there and
above
win every game
beyond
20 to
in this
nothing?
one.
No,
He's
I
our
want to have
top
games that are
player
like
of
my
the
Cubs
game.
franchise. I
Yeah,
lose
he
in
needed
the
just a
ninth
little
on
help
a
to get
rally
out
on a
of that second
walk-off.
inning.
Then I win
All
some
in all,
close games.
it's 6
Then I win some
2/3,
blowouts.
very
Then I lose some
strong game
blowouts.
for him on the mound.
I want the variety. I want something different every time I go out there. So if I get games that show some variety like that, that's what I want to do. And would I be comfortable with a series that I put out there that I win every game? And yeah, I'm 162-0, and I beat everybody 20-0, and I throw 8 no-hitters, and I mean, okay, but I mean, to me, as someone who does YouTube, I think it's on me to kind of find the competitive balance that I want to play on and tell that story. And if people watch it, then they obviously are into it. If they come back and continue to watch it, then I must be doing something right. That's the way I look at things. I'm not going to play something that's uncomfortable for me to play. That's why when people ask me about difficulty, I'm kind of gotten to the point now where I throw them the link to my video there where I was sarcastically talking about playing on Legend on Hall of Fame mode and saying, "Oh, this is so fun," as I get beat like 15-0. I'm like, aren't these games great? So I always send people to that video in a sarcastic manner. Chris, enjoy the game tomorrow, bud. Face cam. I'm streaming straight through the PS4. Could do face cam, but yeah, then you're taking away all the on-screen stuff. And I'm not going to do it in this one because this is edited up for 4 series. So, what time is it for me? It's 11:51. Okay, just getting the clips I need. It's funny when you play a game when you record everything that you play, basically, because like when I come into just for example, I come into a menu like this, and I know Jim, Junk Gaming Videos, he'll mash through cutscenes, and like he plays like an average gamer that just wants to get through a game, right? I play differently. I play to let all the cutscenes play out because I might want them when I'm editing. When I come into a thing like this, I want to make sure I've got like a 5-second clock in my head every time I get to something like this. Okay, show this screen for about 5 seconds so it can be used in a video if you need it. Okay, exit. That's like just how my mind works when I play games. Junk's real name is Jim. Yep. You saw a game at Marlins Park Friday? I would love to see a game there. It looks like a really fun park to me, especially because of the art sculpture out in left field there. All right, so I think what I usually do is play a game in a series and then sim the other couple, and then move on to like the next that I've got. I think that's probably what I'll do here. This is another thing where I gotta be like, okay, pause here for a few seconds, show people the calendar, and then I move forward. Alright, we won 2 of 3 in the series. I'll take that. 5 and 8 now. And we got 4 with San Diego next. Greinke pitches the last one. Lackey versus Samardzija. I'll probably do that. So I think what I'm going to do... we looked at standings. We saw the standings when the game was loading in. We're in last, but I can look at it here. Oh, my scouting's up on somebody. No, I didn't want to do him. Okay, so but he's position player, international. Let's have him look at this dude. Alright, standings, they're there. I guess maybe I should have played out and tried to go for the sweep there since the Giants were in first, but oh well, it's a long season. Want some variety. So I think what I'll do is let's see here. Who is Matt Meyer modeled after? Evan Gaddis. Am I going to upload some Red Bull? Yeah, I had a Red Bull out this week, didn't I? We'll get back to him. What was I going to say? So, I probably want to throw an episode out here. Probably we'll just do this one game highlighted. Oh, I don't leave yet. I don't want to lose everything I just did. Save. Make sure I get the right one. I'm always afraid some night I'm going to be so tired that I overwrite one of my series. I actually got into a screen where I almost saved... Oh wow, I did the thing where I wouldn't show you my screen, huh? Interesting. What happened to Homer Simpson? Jim's PS3 hard drive, or his PS3 that crapped out on him. And so he lost everything that was on the hard drive. He had one saved to the cloud through the game, and that was Jack Hammer. And as it was, he had to go back to when Jack Hammer was in the minors. So he had to like jump back and redo a bunch with that. So he jumped from being with whoever it was he was with, and then he jumped to being like with Oakland after a while. But he lost Homer Simpson, so he'd have to start him over, and he's contemplating it, but he's probably not going to start him over. So yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is end the stream. I'm going to get a beverage, check on a couple things here, and then I'll come back and I will stream some Road to the Show probably. Yeah, I think that's my plan. So yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna do. We'll go ahead and end this one. I'll post this up on YouTube. Probably won't be up until morning, the way things process with live streams. And but I'll get ready. Don't go too far, because I'll come back in just a few minutes here. Can I put face cam in that one? I don't know. Right now is not the best time to do face cam, because I'm kind of like half awake here. But anyway, we'll see. All right, I'll be back with some Road to the Show. See you guys. Help if I get the right menu here. There we go.